Yo, 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 what is up, you guys? It is your boy, HamzaConnection, coming at you live. And it's actually late at noon, but I was just thinking, contemplating about my life and stuff like that. And for some of the feedback, like I had gotten from my girlfriend, and uh, and she told me some stuff. She told me some stuff basically, and I was like, one of the things, and this was a thing that I was very insecure about. It really hit me hard, so I just want to share it. It's gonna get a little personal, but basically, she said that generally I'm a really slow guy and a really slow learner. So first, when she said that, I was really, really angry at her and directly started to defend myself. And I could see in myself later on, and also a little bit later in the moment when I started to defend myself, that, whoa, this is a thing that I'm very insecure about. I'm very insecure about. Because if I'd have been totally insecure, I would not have went out straight and defended myself. It's like if somebody goes in and calls me, I don't know, like right now I'm a Moroccan guy. So if somebody told me like, you're an Asian guy, I would not go straight ahead and defend myself and be like, no, 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 I'm Moroccan. You can see this here. And my parents and my mom and my father is from Morocco, blah, 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 and defend myself. I am so rooted in that belief that I'm from Morocco slash Denmark that I don't really need to defend it. But this thing, I really needed to defend it. And that means that I'm insecure about it. So I was thinking about, hey, whether or not I'm a slow guy and stuff like that. And first, I thought about it. I thought about it. I texted her like, yeah, I'm sleeping and stuff like that because it's kind of late, but still, I wanted her feedback. So texted her, and she didn't answer for a while. And while she didn't answer, I was thinking like, what am I gonna like? What, am I slow? Am I not slow? And I realized the conclusion was that the things that I thought I sucked at, for instance, making food and kitchen things, it's because I haven't spent a lot of time in the kitchen and I'm not proficient at it. But I realized this when making recipes that I do know how to make. It's like this. It's really, really quick. And I just actually made one for tomorrow since I'm going to work tomorrow as well, like a little lunchbox and stuff like that. And it was really, really fast because I'm used to making that recipe. But other things that I've tried the first time, I'm not. So sometimes I'm comparing myself to, for instance, when she thinks I'm slow, I'm thinking about, okay, has she spent a little bit more time in the kitchen than me? She probably has. She probably has. I assume she probably has. And also, has she done very similar tasks? Like she spends a lot of time on watching cooking videos and stuff like that, which I don't unless I need something very, very specific. But I don't tend to like watch the cooking videos and do like her. So I realized that the time investment also is a very important thing of whether you're good or not at this thing. So am I slow? I could be slow, but I will also say that it's hard to say if I'm slow in that area, for instance, because have I spent enough time similar to the other person? And which I don't think I have. So this is also a thing when you're comparing yourself to somebody else that says, "Oh, you're slow and all of that stuff," because there's a lot of things where you can be like. Also, it does not matter if you just spend time in the kitchen because, for instance, an example is I played a lot of video games and I've been in the computer and stuff like that. I played a lot of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation in general back in the days and some computer as well. And I'm really fast on the keyboard. I'm really fast when it comes to computers, just in general. And she's really slow. But she had a computer at a younger age than I did. She had her first computer way before I did. And she's super, super slow. But that's because I spent time on improving myself. I think, like, because of the gaming, You have to have fast reflexes when you're playing these games. It automatically translated to me being faster in the computer. And me also spending time, like not just spending time on the computer, but spending time on learning shortcuts and stuff like that. Some of the shortcuts can really save you a lot of time. And you can become faster. So it's not just about how much time you spend in the given area, it's how you spend that time. So it's hard to say if you're slow or not, because those are the things. And I actually also asked her more of examples, and she was like, well, the thing that I meant about slow, and this was getting clarified, and this is also, I'm giving you like my real life example, but you can switch out my problem and my insecurity with something else. And do the same like model of approach. So basically, first step, contemplate it. If it's true, if it's not, come up with your own thoughts, and then interview the other person. So basically, I just had a call with her, and I had her elaborate. And the most important thing here is I let her speak her mind. I didn't I didn't start to do and tell her, no, that's wrong, or this is right, or this is no. I just let her talk, let her do the talking, and then me writing down what she's saying and then contemplating of that afterwards. And now I realize that when she said I was slow in general with some of the things, for instance, in the kitchen, I realized more what she meant. She was like, for instance, when you're gonna reach the bus, or you're gonna go outside in the morning and stuff like that. She's more likely like I'm telling her it's gonna take 10 minutes, but usually it takes me 20, for instance. But that's not because I'm super slow. But she told me an overall that I'm super slow. But now that I had her elaborate, she was like, let's say you wake up in the morning, you have to brush your teeth, all that stuff, kiss me goodbye, and go to work. And it would take 10 minutes, right? Well, I'm the sort of person, she said, that would be like, oh, I wake up, I brush my teeth, I see that my shoes are not as clean, I spend 5 minutes on cleaning shoes, and then I see something like exciting or think about something, and I'm like, oh wait, I'd rather wear this, and then I spend some time taking that given item or whatever it was, and then doing that. Basically, I'm getting distracted. I'm doing other things that I didn't account for in my time plan. So I'm like, oh, okay, my shoes. Oh, I need to clean them or something like that. And then I end up spending 5 or 10 minutes more than what I presumed. If I had just woke up, brushed my teeth, kissed goodbye, and went out, it would have taken 10 minutes. But I overestimate how fast I can get things done. I underestimate how much time it will take. So I was suddenly like, I felt way better about myself after that. Because I was more like, this is the thing that I am. This is the thing, basically, that I'm like, wow. I'm not. It's not because I'm slow. It's because I'm trying to do more things at once. I'm trying to do more things at once, and that is the reason for a lot of things. And also, like generally, like how I approach stuff is this. I generally approach stuff like this. Basically, I go in, I like let's see, she gave me an example like in the supermarket. For instance, I have to go to milk, right? I have to get the milk. So instead of me going directly to the fridge, or I have to find something that I never found before, instead of me going over and asking an assistant and talking and telling them, hey, can you help me find this ingredient? Because I have no idea where it is. I'm the type of guy that she told me at least that I would go and I would search for it myself, and that would take longer. So that's what she meant by slow. I wouldn't do the logical thing, and the logical thing would be just asking. And also, like instead of going directly to the milk, I would see what else there is. And that's the thing. I do kind of get her, because if the goal is to get the milk as fast as possible and get out of the supermarket, it's very, very dumb to look for all the other things and look and get through all the other rows and stuff like that. It's very dumb, because you're gonna get the milk, you're gonna go out. That's it. I do understand her. I do understand her. So I'm like, okay, cool. I thought she meant that I was stupid. I was like that. That's why I took it way more personal. But this, I found out for myself because and this is the important part. It's not the specific problem. It's the general principle that I let myself try to understand the other person's point of view. I did that. I let myself try to understand the other person's point of view. I didn't try to mingle. I didn't try to tell them, no, that's wrong, that's this and this and that. I let myself understand the other person's point of view. So now I realize, now that I can take it back and think about it for myself, I realize, oh, this is what she meant by slow. That I'm not approaching things in a logical manner. So I thought she was dissing me, that I was incompetent and all this stuff. That's why I took it personal. But now I realize it's just a different method that I'm using. So for instance, if I'm going out getting the milk, I also want to see what else is in the supermarket. Like, oh, let me see, is there anything else I feel like? And then I go, and then I wander around the aisles instead of going directly to the milk. Well, is that because I'm slow? No. It's because, hey, I rather also want to see, like, the goal for me is also to see various other things. And of course, it's going to take longer for me to do that kind of stuff if my goal is to see what else is in the aisle and get the milk. Compared to what she's comparing it to, the goal is just to get the milk and get out. So I do understand. So it's two different approaches. So I do realize that. And then I can think about it for myself, like after the podcast, like, okay, does it really make sense to go to the supermarket and see what else is there? How many times do I find something that I do want else instead of just buying the milk and then going out? Like, oh, okay, okay. Yeah, and then you can sort of reflect on, hey, is it the right choice or not? The most important thing here is, as well, is that you judge it by your own values. You judge it by your own values. So basically, you're looking at it. So, hey, you can either realize that, hey, I like going to the aisles and seeing what else is in the supermarket because it brings me happiness, brings me excitement, and I do want to see various other things. What else is in the supermarket? Because that's how I roll. Well, then it's a good thing. But if you are like, oh, wait, I actually want to minimize my time spending in the supermarket, if that's your value, it'll probably be best to like go straight to the milk instead of that. Go straight to the milk aisle, get the milk, and then out. But you judge and get the solution from your own perspective. Because it's not like you're going to incorporate somebody else's perspective. You can see at it, but you ultimately have to find your own solution for the thing. Like, what do you value? What are the things that you want to do? So I realized that, and I was like, wow, that was a very, very productive talk. So now I don't have that insecurity about myself. I don't. I was thinking about, wow, cool. And yeah, sometimes I'm like, I know this about myself. Like, I tend to take things very personal. But another good thing about me is that I take the things personal, but then I get them solved. So next time there's something like this, like, oh man, you're a slow motherfucker and stuff like that, it will be way harder for me to take it personal because I just fought through things. And I realized that. And that's the thing, like, it's solved the problem and then it's gone. Instead of having it being like, oh, I tend to see like this with people generally, that you don't solve the problem. You don't sit down and solve the problem. Actually, not with people. Actually, I take that back. I tend to see that with myself, that you just realize there's a problem and then you move on because the problem is only going to be triggered whenever somebody says this, instead of just spending time and solving it. And then you're good to go because next time, boom, you're secure about it. So it doesn't matter if somebody tells you, hey, you're generally slow. Because I realized, okay, it's from the approach that I take. So how is the approach that I'm taking compared to the approach that the person is taking? And I'm not saying that I'm not slow in other areas. Like there might be some other areas that I'm slowing, but now I realize what she meant by me being slow. And I guess this was a very, very like personal life story for me, at least. Like I shared something very personal with you guys about my life, but hence it is called the Journey Podcast, and hopefully you can swap out my problem with your problem, but still use the same analytical approach to solving it and to understanding the other person, to reflect it and all that stuff, and come up with your own solution by judging it through your own values. Hopefully, this was helpful for you guys. And I want you to hit the like button for me and subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more. Take care, you guys. Peace.